It's time to get the Digital Peloton news videos up and rolling again, but first some housekeeping with my legal counsel, GP Sheepy. I'm allowed to use the term Peloton? Yeah, that's fine, just no chevrons. Gotcha. Coming up in today's episode of the Digital Peloton news for July 8th, 2022, Shimano releases Di2 electronic shifting for their 105 level group sets, Saris is up for sale, some new tech spotted at the tour, helmets, tyres and trainers, and Eurobike 2022 kicking off next week in Frankfurt, Germany. First up, the group set that everybody knew was coming, and it's still coming, but it has been announced. Shimano brings Di2 technology to the 105 level group set. What's new? Well, 12 speed, wireless shifters, new disc brake calipers with a little bit more clearance from the disc, new rotors that I think look pretty horrible, and new wheels too, but nobody really cares about those. And they come with the standard HG free hub, not the HG Plus. What's missing for the Shimano Di2 105? Well, no satellite shifter compatibility for those of us who like climbing shifters or sprint shifters. The Shimano documentation says that the 105 levers cannot be wired into the system, like the new Ultegra and Durace can be. There's no hidden button, usually assigned to the D-Fly channels to switch pages on your bike computer, or maybe just to change some rear gears. That's how I've got mine configured. And there's no rim brake option for Di2 105. Onto my quick list of what's the same or very similar to the newer Ultegra Di2 and Durace Di2. Well, the hood shape and ergonomics of the new 105 levers are a little more curved. There is BLE and ANT connections to view things like gear status, battery info, etc. Hammerhead Karoo users need not apply. The battery, I believe, is the same across all new Di2 systems. The 105 rear derailleur is effectively the same, or has the same internal, so you can expect the same shifting performance. The Di2 105 front derailleur design and shape is the same as previous generations. Some more things to know about this group set. It comes with a maximum cassette of an 1136, so quite a lot of range there. 2 batteries for each lever up the front, which I believe will last for up to 3 years. The weight of the group set all up is around 3 kilos, but that does depend on spec. Price-wise, it comes in at US 1886 and around 1730 pounds. Of course, this will be sold to bike manufacturers for a lot lower price in bulk. Now, some observations I have on this Di2 system at the 105 level. I'm very surprised there's no power meter option, even a single-sided unit. SRAM's third tier group set, the rival Axis, does have a single-sided power meter option, and there are a lot of third-party companies already making single-sided power meters from Shimano cranks. Why Shimano aren't doing this and supplying with this level? I don't know. Look, price has been the primary discussion point, with weight coming in a close second. And I think anything that can be said already has been said across the forums. This has been hot like fire. Look, I think for me, the PR messaging around this could have been just micro-adjusted a little bit, to use a Shimano term. Di2 105 is not an entry-level group set. Di2 105 is not the group set of the people. 105 Di2 is now the third tier of a high-performance Shimano road group sets that's positioned at a mid-range price point. Now, I say mid-range as there's Durace Di2, which is a lot more. If people want accessible and cheap, then this is not it. Shimano make Tiagra, Sora and Claris below the 105 level. My take is they've shifted the positioning of the 105 group set a little further towards the high performance side of things, leaving a gap right here that could easily be filled with a refresh for Tiagra. Maybe an 11 or a 12 speed mechanical for that, and with rim brake support. That would make a lot more sense for this lineup. There is speculation of a 105 mechanical group set, however, that is still just speculation at this point. I guess this is best summarized with the question of, did they bring Di2 down to the accessible 105 level? Or do they bring 105 up to the higher performing and higher price point Di2 level? I think it's the latter. Anyhow, we'll see how it performs when it's out on bikes. Next up, Saris is up for sale. The makers of the Hammer Smart Trainer and the MP1 Motion Plate, among other things, have initiated a voluntary debt consolidation program run through the state's circuit court system. In short, they're looking for a buyer to cover their debts incurred in producing a lot of hardware to meet the high demand during COVID times, only to be left holding it as the demand for trainers dropped significantly. Ray has a great article on this over on dcraymaker.com, which I'll link to in the video description below. One quote that stood out over on Bicycle Retailer on this one is that we are like a twin-engine plane when one engine dies. It's all connected corporately, and we can't separate out the trainer business. Thankfully, Saris aren't in the aerospace game. Onto the tour tech, and with a lot of eyes on the biggest bike race in the world, there's always new products or new things showcased at the Tour de France. Some things that caught my attention this week are 3 new specialized helmets, one of those being a helmet we didn't really need to see. What is with that? The S-Works TT5 has an integrated head sock for comfort and sweat management. The word head sock and comfort, especially during a TT, don't go hand in hand. They're more palm in face. Anyhow, interesting stuff there. I'm a big fan of the Prevail helmets and the Evade. I'll be checking those out. Maybe upgrading the existing ones that I have at the moment, which are now outdated. However, that TT helmet, I just hope it's fast. Down to where the rubber hits the road, Continental GP 5000 TT tyres have been spotted at the tour, reportedly coming in only 25mm widths. No information on these up on the Conti website, but looking at the compatibility chart for the 5000 STR tyres, Conti only claimed tubeless compatibility up to a 21mm internal rim width for a 25mm tyre. Choosing tyres that are compatible with your rims and your rim widths and knowing your optimal tyre pressure and your maximal tyre pressure is becoming quite the task. Always remember to check your manufacturer's website. I'm keen to see if they'll do these in 28mm to be more compatible with more rims out there that have a wider than 21mm internal. Onto the smart trainer side of things, and a new smart trainer from Elite was announced at the tour and not at Eurobike. It's their latest flagship model, the Justo, which has a number of refinements for power accuracy, ride feel, erg mode performance, and connectivity. I have a full rundown and review up here on YouTube that I'll link to in the video notes below. All 22 teams at the Tour de France are on electronic group sets, and here is the breakdown between manufacturers. There's 17 on Shimano Dura-Ace Di2, 3 are on Campagnolo Super Record EPS, and only 2 are on SRAM Red ETAP Axis. Finally, next week we see Eurobike, the world's largest cycling trade show, returning for 2022 in a brand new location in Frankfurt. I plan on being there in attendance, as I have been in previous years, to check out all the latest technology and to get some hands-on with a few things I've mentioned in today's video too. Except that, what the f*** is with that? They can keep that. But anything else, I'll be keen to have a look at. Look, if there's anything you want a closer look at, hit me up in the comments below, maybe on Instagram or on Twitter. I'll be on site and online all week. And with that, that's a wrap on the return of the digital Peloton news. Now, just before I leave you, just a quick chat about DPN and what I've done in the past here. Look, digital Peloton news allows me to cover a lot of topics very, very quickly, and some things that may not make an individual standalone video. I'm aiming for short, well, mostly short, and sharp coverage of things that I find interesting, and some commentary and my take on things. This format allows me a lot of flexibility of where and when I can put together content, so I can guarantee we won't always be here in front of the green screen. Yeah, that's not real. So if you like this format, if you like this video and found it informative, hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe to be across new videos uploading, and also follow me over on Instagram and Twitter too. And with that, thanks for watching.